Now, your Family Healthcast.
Hi, everyone. We're ending the week with some new developments in the effort to contain the spread of coronavirus. The nation is now seeing the most new cases since the start of the pandemic. The surge is mostly in the South and West. To test far more people, the government is now looking at something called pool testing. Here's how it works. Samples from multiple people would be combined all at once. If the pooled sample tests negative, all the individuals who provided samples are considered to be virus-free. But if a certain pool comes back with a positive result, then each person who provided a sample can be tested individually. The White House Coronavirus Task Force says this would give us the capacity to go from 500,000 tests a day to potentially 5 million. It could be especially helpful in identifying young people who have the virus but no symptoms. Younger people are making up a growing percentage of new coronavirus cases in places where the virus is surging. In Arizona, people between 20 and 44 account for nearly half of all cases. And in Florida, which breaks records for new cases nearly every day, the median age testing positive for the virus has dropped to 35, down from 65 in March. The Coronavirus Task Force is also looking at ways to change contact tracing so that it's done not by telephone, but in person to encourage people to isolate themselves. In the meantime, states that are surging are now pulling back, and the advice from health officials remains the same. Wear your mask, and especially when you're indoors, make sure you keep your distance. Stay healthy and have a great weekend. I'm Carrie Lazarus.
The World Health Organization is working to deliver 2 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccines by the end of 2021. They hope the vaccine will be delivered to people across the globe, with about half of those doses expected to go to low and middle income countries. The new goal is part of a program launched in April that is comprised of 4 pillars focused on COVID-19: tests, treatments, vaccines, and health systems. For more health headlines, head to localesquire.com, then to the community section and click on Health News.